Are you looking for the best laptops? In this video we will look at some of the best laptops on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. MacBook Air. The MacBook Air, 9 out of 10, Wired recommends, has been terrific for years now, offering an incredible combination of performance, battery life, build quality, and portability. They're fanless machines, meaning they're the quietest laptops you can buy, and last year, Apple even upped the starting memory to 16 GB. There were still a couple of hangups, like lackluster external display support, but with the new M4 chipset, that has been addressed. The M4 MacBook Air now supports two 4K external monitors right out of the box, and you can even leave your laptop lid open. Secondly, the M4 chip includes noteworthy capabilities, including significantly improved graphics and CPU performance, as well as the on-device AI processing we've come to expect in modern laptops to work with Apple Intelligence. The new, high-resolution 12-megapixel webcam is the cherry on top. Apple dropped the price of the larger MacBook Air 15-inch, 9/10, Wired recommends, which starts at $1,199 MSRP. Regardless of which size you get, it's a pretty killer deal. Just be careful with the storage upgrades, as they get pricey. Those changes, plus a pretty new blue color, make the MacBook Air the laptop most people should buy. It's not just the best MacBook, it's the best laptop. Read our Best MacBooks guide for more Apple recommendations. Not a fan of macOS? Don't worry, we have plenty of options below. Specs. Processor, Apple M4, 8 or 10 core GPU. Memory, 16 GB, configurable up to 32 GB. Storage, 256 GB, configurable up to 2 TB. Display, 13.6-inch at 2560 by 1664, 15.3-inch at 2880 by 1864, LED IPS, 60 Hz. At number 2. ZenBook S16. The reality is that there is no such thing as a best Windows laptop. Every user needs something a little bit different. More power. Better portability. All-day battery life. Low price. And so on. The Asus ZenBook S16, 8 out of 10, Wired recommends, comes as close as anything on the market right now to meet all those needs and more. It's got an AMD Ryzen AI 9 365 CPU and Radeon 880M graphics, plus a hefty 24 GB of RAM. In combination, they give the system considerably more power than most other machines in both its price and weight class, even on AI tasks like real-time translation and AI image creation. Better still is the laptop's battery life. With over 14 hours of running time, you won't readily find this kind of longevity elsewhere on the market. With the ZenBook S16, Asus has also rolled out a material used for the laptop's chassis. Ceraluminum is the company's name for a hybrid of ceramic and aluminum, which makes for an incredibly thin but very durable material that feels like plastic but has the rigidity of metal. It's only on the top lid for now, but it helps keep the laptop to a svelte 3.4 pounds. As an all-around workhorse, I love the machine, but if the 16-inch model is too large for your bag, the ZenBook S is also available in a 14-inch size, which sports the same gorgeous design and performance, just in a more compact package. My only complaint is that Asus doesn't offer a cheaper starting configuration with less storage or memory. Fortunately, Best Buy has been heavily discounting the 16-inch model, making it a killer deal. Specs. Processor, AMD Ryzen AI 9 365. Memory, 24 GB, configurable up to 32 GB. Storage, 1 TB. Display, 16-inch, 2880 by 1800, OLED, 120 Hz. At number 3. Vivobook 14X 1407QA. Poor battery life and performance are common in budget laptops. Once prices get below $800, companies tend to rely on slow, lackluster chips. The entry-level Snapdragon X processor from Qualcomm changes that for the better. It's not as fast as the Snapdragon X Plus or X Elite, but the resulting battery life is almost as good, as tested on the Asus Vivobook 14, 6 out of 10, Wired recommended. That's a huge upgrade for laptops at this price. Now, $700 might not seem cheap, but this configuration comes with 512 GB of storage and 16 GB of memory. The Vivobook 14 is otherwise a fairly basic laptop, a bit thicker and blander than I'd want it to be, but with enough ports and a snappy keyboard. The major downside is the display. The resolution is fine, but it's dim, and the colors are pretty awful. It's been a while since I've seen a laptop screen this poor, especially in color accuracy. There's no way around that, especially compared to laptops that are just slightly more expensive. But a snappy laptop with lots of storage and memory might be enough to overlook the screen woes. Specs: Processor, Qualcomm Snapdragon X. Memory, 16 GB. Storage, 512 GB. Display, 14-inch, 1920 by 1200, LED, 60 Hz. At number 4. MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro is the ultimate video editing machine. In the fourth generation of Apple's homegrown silicon, the M4 continues to push the performance envelope, pouring out the juice for the upper tier of power users that will take as much as they can get. Regardless of whether you choose the 16-inch or 14-inch size, the latest MacBook Pro, 7 out of 10, Wired recommends, will probably look familiar. The iconic chassis hasn't changed a bit, and that's not a bad thing. The mini LED screen is color accurate and HDR ready, and now even comes with the option for a gorgeous nanotexture screen that effectively reduces glare to nil. It's a perfect fit for video editors. There are plenty of ports too, even support for Thunderbolt 5. But for video editors or content creators, it's really about the performance. We clocked the system up to 7% faster on CPU-centric tasks than the M3 Max from 2023, though the M4 Pro lacks the abundance of GPU cores that powered the M3 Max to record-breaking graphics frame rates. To save cash, you can still pick up a renewed M3 Max model on Amazon for a huge discount. If you want bleeding-edge video editing performance, the M4 Max has become the top dog. Too bad the price will set you back more than a bit. This has always been the case with the MacBook Pro, but the M4 Max starts at $3,499, or $3,199 for the M4 Max 14-inch model, tough to swallow. Still, for professional video editors and content creators, it's the laptop that will get you the performance you need most. Specs: Processor, M4 Pro, or M4 Max. Memory, 24 GB, configurable up to 128 GB. Storage, 512 GB, configurable up to 8 TB. Display, 16-inch, 3456 by 2234, mini LED, 120 Hz. At number 5. ZenBook Duo. Asus has refined its ZenBook Duo again for 2025, further cementing its position as the best dual-screen laptop. Dual-screen laptops all work about the same way. Instead of a keyboard, you'll find a second 14-inch display, giving you two full displays on which to work. You can use the display as a touchscreen, pop a magnetic physical keyboard on top of it and simulate a standard laptop, or break the components apart so the two screens sit side by side, or one above the other, with the keyboard fully separate. The sky's the limit. An Asus upgrade to the new Intel Core Ultra 9 285H CPU mostly improves performance across the board versus the 2024 edition of the machine, particularly on graphics and AI tasks. The 32 GB of RAM, a 1 TB solid-state drive, and two 880x 1800 pixel resolution screen remain standard, all of which will be plenty for most users. The best upgrade, however, is what Asus has done for battery life, more than doubling the runtime to nearly 14 hours when streaming video to a single screen. No longer tethered to a power outlet, the Duo now makes the case all the more effective that two screens are better than one. Specs: Processor, Intel Core Ultra 9 285H. Memory, 32 GB. Storage, 1 TB. Display, dual 14-inch, 2880 by 1800, OLED, 120 Hz.